Flint's new music leader. We are Club 93781 Show. Artemis here. If you want to get on the 81 Show, it's really simple. Just hit me up on Twitter. Artemis Radio is where you can find me, or just search Artemis on Facebook. Listen, I've said it so many times before. There's a lot of artists here in Flint, but these two guys right here and your whole group, man. I mean, it's the whole movement with you, and I compare you a lot to David Aaron, Ace Cabana, and Greg Joslin, like just that different vibe of music. We got Imagine in the building, Tobe Malcom in the building. What's going on, guys?
Shit. Pretty much, we just I've been so busy lately, man. Just trying to get everything ready for my new project and like pushing my project I got out right now, but. Really, what I wanted to talk about, I've been like seeing like a lot of people posting about like the radio stations aren't showing enough support to like local artists and stuff like that. Yeah. So I kind of just wanted to sit down and talk about that and like get both sides of the story. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So. I think that the number one thing that I get here is like I just had an artist come through and they're like, "Yo, can you play my song on the radio?" And it's like, man, I wish I could. I wish I could play every Flint artist song on the radio, but. The problem with that is that it's a corporate building. You know, there's a lot of corporate stipulations.
It's not one person's call.
Right, exactly.
They don't understand that.
It's like you got to follow label procedure, and if you don't have a label, then you got to follow this and follow that. You know, it's a system. But what I do with this and the 81 Show is it's a lane for you guys to come in and talk about your music and stuff
Right. And that's a good opportunity. That's like a bless for us. You know? And people don't understand that. Like.
Yeah, and people don't get that because it's like, like I started this up like a couple months ago. And I mean, I've got people who are like, yo, you never got me in. And it's like, man.
Bro, we're building.
It's a process. There's only so many days in the week. Like I did 4 yesterday. I did 3 today. And then you got to edit them on Final Cut. Like it's a lot of work. You know, But I listen to some of these cats' music, and then I listen to your music, and you could tell the difference, man. You could tell that
Thank you, bro. I really appreciate it.
No, like, for real, and I'm not just saying that because, we had David Aaron in here before, and I had heard your name pop off a bunch.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, from other artists, and then David was like, yo, you got to hit up Imagine, and get you guys in, so it's good to finally have you guys come in.
Shouts out David, bro. That's my boy.
Shouts out David and Ace. Ace, that's my brody, man.
Yeah, and those two, man, I've seen Ace perform a couple of times, man. I was just telling you, like,
if you haven't seen Ace perform, then you're not living.
Yeah, so let's talk about your previous project that came out not too long ago.
Okay, yep. The Loser Syndrome EP. That came out in January actually, and I've been pushing it so hard because I want everybody to hear it. And pretty much what the Loser Syndrome is like is the feeling of just wanting to like progress more. Like I'm a music artist, and like every moment I'm not doing something, I feel like, man, there's something I could be doing. I need to be like, pushing myself, promotion, like writing a song, something like that's just that feeling of being like a loser. You want to win, so like. That's basically what that whole thing is about.
And if people want to check out that project, where do they go?
You can go on SoundCloud, YouTube, anywhere. I got a few songs on iTunes and Spotify, but just look up the Loser Syndrome EP anywhere, DatPiff, wherever you can get a mixtape. So
okay,
I got physical copies too. Hit me up on Facebook, Gonzo Stennis, if you want one of those as well.
Okay, and this group that you're in, who's all in the group? You got Toby's in the group, obviously.
Yeah, it's actually Down by Six is like a it's not
a group. We don't even call it a rap group because we're not that. It's a collective of like creative minds. We actually have people in the group who don't even rap.
Okay,
like, we got people that like do graphic designing. We got a photographer. We got like videos. We got DJs, rappers.
So you cover it all.
Yeah, we cover it all. We're just a bunch of creative minds trying to make together, support the thing that Flint doesn't have, support to get out of this bucket.
Yeah,
because Flint's like crabs in a bucket. Everyone wants to be the man in Flint. Everybody wants to be the king in Flint. But there's no fucking. There's no There's no throne. You know what I mean? So let's build a throne, then fight for the crown. You know what I mean? Let's elevate.
Yeah. See, we got Evil Rico. He's our photographer and videographer. Got my boy Dominic Webb. He's into business management and
he's a rapper.
Tobe Malcom. He's an artist. Imagine I'm an artist, and I'm
he's
like
business manager. He does like you said, every minute of the day he's doing something towards our group.
Yeah. Do you find it hard when it's like, I mean, coming from a city like Flint, where it seems like lately, the whole city's on a come up. When you there's a dozen artists. I was just saying this. There's a dozen artists in Flint that could be signed right now.
Right. Right.
But do you feel that with that comes the sense of almost like entitlement, like, yo, I'm not going to support anybody else but myself?
See, no, that's terrible.
Yeah,
right. See, there's a difference between like, okay, me personally liking your music and me supporting music. I support anybody in Flint right now trying to make an effort to get out of Flint like I am.
Yeah.
If you send me your mixtape, I'll spin it, I'll share, I'll post it. I might not bump it in my car. You know what I'm saying? It might not be my forte, but I support everything that comes from Flint.
Same with me, man. I give everybody a chance. Like even if I don't think they're the best artists, I'll give them at least one listen. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I feel.
Do you think that if more artists were to do that, more people would blow up? Because I mean, you see,
I think Flint would blow up.
I mean, I think it would, but I think it would almost kind of be the same in a way. Because if everybody was doing it, then it'd be kind of still like normal in a way, because everybody's doing it, you know.
Yeah.
So
with this project that the Loser Syndrome's out right now.
It is. Yeah.
And then you got a project that you're coming out with.
Yep, I am. It's called Undecided. That's coming out in around December. Pretty much, I've been putting like a lot of work into it. I want to get some good local artists on it, like Dave and Ace, everybody, Belly, anybody I can pretty much get my hands on.
You got a different vibe with your sound, man, and there's a couple cats that have that sound to where it's like, man, you know, like Detroit's got a certain sound.
Oh,
you know,
right,
it's
right.
that dark, nitty gritty, you know, like in the streets, and Flint kind of backs up off of that, you know, like backs onto it, like, yo, we got that same sound, you know, and it's that Michigan sound. But then you got your sound too. Like I was listening to this Burner song, and I mean, it's a hood song,
right?
You know,
exactly.
But you put your own twist on it. So when you hear a beat. I always like to ask rappers this question or artists this question. So when you hear a beat, do you come up with lyrics first and then hear the beat, or do you hear the beat first and then come up with the lyrics?
Sometimes it's both. Sometimes, like sometimes I'll just have a verse that's already thought up in my head, and then I'll come with it. And then once I find a beat that goes along with it perfectly, then I'll put it on. But like sometimes I just hear a beat, and I'm like, dang, that's fire, man. I got to get on that. So like. It's either or, really.
And what side of Flint are you guys from?
Northeast side.
I've been on every side of Flint, but right now I'm on the south. I'm actually like 5 minutes away from
I live on the south. We got our own crib on the south now, but I've lived on the northeast side my whole life.
What do you think other than support, what do you think the hardest part is about being an artist in Flint?
Pretty much just like just handling everything on your own and finding like decent connections outside.
Motivation, man. Like, let's just be honest.
Yeah, you gotta be.
This city is really like depressing. You know, it's a depressing
city.
Like motivation itself is just like, cause like I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the best artist in the game, and I see like you said, Dave and Aaron, Velli, like they doing things, and it's just like they're getting to a point where they can get, and I'm like, man, it's like they should be on, like they got such talent, and if they not on, like damn, man, I gotta work. You gotta put that work in.
And you know the thing is when you look at artists, like I've talked to Velli before, I've talked to Dave and Aaron before, of course, and they put me on to artists. You know, like David was like, yo, you gotta hit up Imagine.
Right.
I'll have people that will come through and be like, all right, cool, thanks for the interview, and I'll be like, yo, if you know anybody else who wants to come through, all right, and then it's dead. That's it.
Right.
You know? And it's like when you get. You know, this is a local radio station. Yeah. We're not nationwide. We're not, you know, you can listen online and you can listen worldwide, but just helping your fellow artists to be like, if I was like, yo, if you know any artists, let me know. You should have 3 or 4 offhand that you want. That you want to help.
We gonna get it in.
Yeah, but like when you look at the big picture of things, like where do you want to see yourself with this? Once this new project releases, where do you want to go from there? What do you want to do from there?
Once that comes out, that I want that to be like the real gist of me. Like I know, like I already put like a lot of work into my music now, but when I put that out, I want that to be like my like everybody like think that's my first tape, you know, like that's my first thing that I put out. Like I want that to be like the premiere Imagine, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Album.
So do you feel like everything before has kind of been like a mixtape or a little preview of what's to come?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
And then
I mean, I still put like a lot of time into it, and they all have great concepts, and they will all make like excellent like hits songs. But like I still think I can do way better. Honestly.
So how many tracks are going to be on the new project?
New project's probably going to have about 18, 19 tracks on it, honestly. So it's going to be
and you probably got a couple on the burner that you wish you could put on, right?
All right, yeah, I do.
Yep. It's always great when an artist has too many tracks.
Right.
You know, because then they can look at it and you kind of put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Right.
If you could describe your new project in a couple words, like, is it street music? Is it hood music? Is it, you know, get down and vibe out music?
That's a great question. Because, all right, I named my the new album Undecided. And pretty much it's like being like an artist and not knowing what side you want to be on. Do you want to be on the conscious side? Do you want to be on the hood side? You know, the trippy side, cloud rap? Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
So pretty much, I'm just giving everybody like a taste of like everything. But it still got my story strung along with it. Like I'm gonna have all my tracks just perfectly strung along.
Yeah.
Like,
now, what about you, Tobe? Like, as far as projects coming up?
Right now, I just got a few singles out you can check out. But right now, I'm coming out with a new single. I don't know what the name of it is yet, but it's produced by Ian Cross, Crossifix. But right now I'm in the works of a EP with Kid Sailor, and it's called Faces, and that should be dropping sometime before December. It's a 4-track EP, and basically it's like, because it's my first project that I've ever had, like actual solidified project. So it's not no good Mad City. I don't have 18 or 12, 13 tracks to tell a story. So it's called Faces. It's the many faces of me, like who I want to be, who I am, who I've been, where I want to be, what I want to do. So I have to do this in 4 songs. So I have like one track that's just going to be like some typical Tobe Malcom, what you've heard from me or what you'd expect from me. Then I'm going to have a second song that's going to be like, okay, dang, I didn't know he could really, be this substance or integral, like, going up. Then I'm going to have like a third song that's just going to be like, Odd Pike, he's in our group too. It's going to be like that heavy, that rock. It's going to have like rock instrument, like thrash, turn up, just tear up the venue type shit. Then it's going to just decline immediately. Last, it's going to have like the beat actually has some like jazz, like instruments into it, and it's going to be smooth. It's going to be like introspective, like with what I want to do. Like, I don't want to rap no more. I don't want to do trap no more. I don't want to do none of the shit. I just want to be feet up, have my daughter college paid. It's going to be what I want the end game to be, and it's just dreaming basically.
Now, do you guys feel like it's important to have that alternative, not only lifestyle, because you look at you guys don't look like typical rappers.
No, we
y'all ain't got Gucci on with the Cartiers and all that.
No,
like you got nails painted and all that, but you come in as you. Do you feel like it's important to be yourself in this rap game? Because I feel
definitely.
I feel like
I'm a multi-racial. I'm a biracial kid, so you know what I mean. I've grown up listening to Mudvayne, Slipknot, Mystical, 50 Cent, DMX. So that's what I get my drive from. That's what I do. Like, when I get on stage, I look at people say, dude, what band are you? And you're a rock star? No, bro, I get on stage, I start rapping about some other stuff, and they're like, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, whoa.
I think it's definitely good to like be yourself, but being an artist, you kind of sometimes have to filter yourself, but once you get to a certain point, it doesn't really matter, honestly. But like coming up in like a certain area, you got to kind of like be conscious of like what everybody around you is thinking, but like still be yourself 100%. Like, don't change for anybody. That's all.
Awesome. Well, hey, I can't wait for the new projects to come up. It's going to be dope when you drop your the next project. I want you to come in. When you drop Faces, I want you to come in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Imagine Tobe in the building. Shout out your collective one last time.
Shout out my collective. You asked about the members. Can I tell you the members?
Go ahead.
There's a lot.
We got
members. We got members like it's Down by 6. It's like I said, it's a collective of just creative minds coming together. We got Andre Carter, aka Missing No 64.
Producer.
He's one of our producers. We got Devin Hutchinson, aka Ancients. He's a rapper. Obviously, Imagine got no sentence. We got Ian Cross, which has actually got a band, Portals, that opened up for Dirt Fest. He's one of our producers too. We got Jay Lewis. He's a producer, artist. We got Mo Lahim, he's a rapper upcoming. Owen Pike, he's on our squad. He's our rapper. He's our man. We got Evil Rico Visuals, he's our photographer, anything, design. We got Epic Design, he's our graphic designer, does all that. We got Augie Kim, he does our design, our art, that shit. Swank Galato, another rapper, like, you know what I'm saying? Zach Goss, Young Death, he's on the team right now. We got a lot of young creative minds that are coming together doing things, and we're just trying to branch each other. We're not necessarily a rap group, we're not Wu-Tang. We're all individual artists. We all have our own thing. We all need to put in an equal amount of work.
And it's good to have a common goal, which you guys all want.
Exactly.
It's finding people
don't understand that.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's finding somebody who has the same universal path, you know what I'm saying, and universal idea of what you want to happen. So that's dope, man. Yeah, shout out to you guys as a collective.
Shout out to art, man.
I actually got like a whole list right here.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
I wanted to shout out the local 432 and Joel Rash, because we didn't throw like a bunch of shows there.
Oh,
I just
yeah, for sure.
A big shout out.
Yeah, we love that, man.
Educated Evil and De Niro Johnson clothing brand. Ace Gabbana, David Aaron, Jeff Sky, Portals, Ian Cross, my boy Luke Benson and his company.
Shout out Taking All Bets.
Yep, and that's my family, my friends, my girl Miranda, everybody.
Awesome. Everybody that's helpful.
Thank you.
Hey, I appreciate you guys coming through for the A1 show.
Yep, thank you.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.